This is Len Haydichuk. Thank you for listening to our Financial Lens episode titled Financial Sanity. What do we mean by financial sanity? Financial sanity to me means having a plan in place that you are insulated from the financial noise, everything around us that creates uncertainty, creates anxiety, and causes potential despair because of what's happening in the financial world and the news that reports it. So let's take a look at really what's going on in our world. Everything from the stock market gyrations to interest rate increases. We have political elections upcoming. We have potential changes in tax policies, government programs, energy prices. We have political turmoil around the world and, of course, wars. And so when we're reading this in the paper and looking at our investment statements, it can quite frankly be dizzying and kind of make us crazy. So the solution for this is to, first of all, have a plan. And what I mean by that is to have a disposition for how you plan to use your assets. Some folks have a very general strategy, which is an allocation strategy without anything specific in mind, to just grow their investments. And they go up, they go down. Sometimes they're okay with it, sometimes they're not. But the problem is when we have specifically large falls in the market, it creates a lot of turmoil in people's minds. What I tell folks is if the strategy you had in place was suitable for you when you put it in place, it's still suitable for you. And if it did not make sense if it does not make sense for you at this time, it probably did not make sense for you when you put it in place. The issue is not market movements. The issue is how you set up your investments. Of course, you need to look at your risk. You need to look at what you're comfortable with, but you also need to look at how you plan to use your money. There's a few things that you're going to do with your money. First of all, you may want to have some on hand, which I call a rainy day fund, and you always want to have some on hand. But in addition to that, some folks will use their money for income, regularly ongoing distributions of income to meet their monthly shortfall, or money that they use to take out as needed to cover expenses and different things that they want to spend their money on, such as vacations, things that come up that maybe are a little bit unexpected, like maybe repairs. But this is an ongoing distribution of money. If that is an objective of yours, you need to make sure you have enough funds on hand, either in cash or safe distributions that you can pull money from, so that regardless of what happens in the financial world, you have accessibility to your funds and you do not have to worry about their value and what's happening in the marketplace. Other folks want to have money available for their healthcare needs down the road. Now, if that's the case, you need to put your money into instruments that are somewhat longer term that will get you that value in the future. You may want to limit your growth for these vehicles, or you may want to take some risk to get some higher growth. But if you're really concerned about your healthcare costs down the road, take out a financial instrument in the form of an insurance product that will cover that risk. Other folks want to leave money to their heirs. And you can also put your money into a long-term vehicle that you will leave for your heirs upon your passing. But if you're particularly concerned about leaving money to your heirs, then you may want to consider a life insurance policy that will provide your heirs a guaranteed benefit upon your passing. So the issue with what's happening in the world is not the details of what's happening, but how your assets are positioned and how they're fitting with your plan to meet them regardless of what's happening. Thanks for listening to our Financial Lens episode titled Financial Sanity. Make sure that you put plans in place to be insulated from all the noise.